Hey, what's up? It's DJ. Today we've got some new screenshots for the Mercedes-Benz Trucks Pack as well as the Highlands Fishing Expansion for Farm Sim 25. As far as the Mercedes-Benz Trucks Pack, we've got 4 screenshots to take a look at. And the first is this guy, the Unimog U2400. This bad boy has a 3-point hitch on the front. We've got a tipper setup on the very back with 2,200 liters of capacity. And this one has 241 horsepower. Oh yeah. As far as that trailer on the back, that's actually the Schwarzmuller timber trailer that came along with the first DLC in FS22. That was the Platinum expansion, and oddly enough, this is not in Farm Sim 25 yet, not as a mod and not in the base game, so I'm interested to see when are we going to see this thing? Another interesting fact is this is the first time that we've seen this specific model in a screenshot or anything else outside of the main website. The website provides a full list of everything, so we know what the icon's going to look like in the game, but we hadn't seen it yet. Well, here you go. Next up, we've got the Actros L, and this actually has the Tektrum RS21 on the back. This is actually the hook lift section itself, which is on the back of the truck, and it's from the brand Miele. Also, if you're curious about this container that's on the back, the blue one, this is actually going to be a search Unibox. Yeah. The one that we've seen before has been orange. This one is in blue, and it's got a capacity of 39,500 liters. As far as this truck itself specifically, this has got somewhere between 326 and 625 horsepower, though I'm not exactly sure which engine models go along with it, and it's got a 90 kilometer per hour max speed. Fortunately for this screenshot, there's not as many questions as there were for the last one. Now here is the same truck setup, the Actros L, that 2563 written on the side. However, this one has a different tipper on the back. This is the Search Half Pipe, 14,800 liter capacity on this one, and I believe they are over at the quarry, the dredge, yes, the dredge area right outside the main farm of Riverbend Springs. Zooming in just a little bit more, you can get a better idea of that Miele Tektrum 21 on the very back of that, the RS21. There is a larger version that's coming with the Acros, that's the RS26. However, this is the one with a dual axle in the back. You should show them that one, DJ. I yell at myself sometimes. This is that one. This was definitely interesting. I'm loving the quad axles on here. 2 in the front, 2 in the back. It is really saying, hey, this is heavy duty use right here. Let's go. We do have what looks to be a hitch around towards the front. I'm hoping that that is usable. This one, as I mentioned, has the Miele RS26 on the back. So it is a little bit more robust, is the terminology on the Miele website. However, here it looks like it's about the same size, so I'm not quite sure what the difference is. I can tell you we've got another tipper on the back that is brand new for this pack, the push-off container. Now, as for the truck, this got somewhere between 326 and 625 horsepower, just like the other truck, the Actros. However, I don't know which one this is. It's a 4133? I have no idea. It's also important to note that both of these semi-trucks are also available as a regular semi-truck version as well, with 1 axle in the front and 1 axle in the back. I don't think we're getting a 2-axle in the back version, but at least you know we'll have that. The 6-wheelers. Okay, so now that's everything for the Mercedes-Benz Trucks Pack. We also have 8 new screenshots for the new expansion as well, the Highlands Fishing Expansion. Very excited about that. And with this one, we're going to start off with the boat or the barge. I can't even remember what they've called this thing anymore, but I can tell you it is the only boat that we've seen so far. If you saw any of the videos from FarmCon, you may notice that back here is actually where we left from. So we left from back here. It was either there or over here. I believe it was over here. And then it pulled away very, very slowly. This is actually probably heading towards the fisheries that we're going to be getting. I imagine they probably took a lot of these screenshots and did a lot of that stuff around the same time. Save some time. We actually can see a lot from this screenshot right here. So over here, we've got our 1,000 liter containers here of our fish. I'm not quite sure if these are the juveniles or if these are the adults that are being brought back to be sold. Regardless of what they are, we know that we will be doing salmon and trout. Those are the 2 different fish that we're going to have. And around towards the front, we've got our crane. The crane is very cool because it's got like a green rope that appears out of nowhere and allows you to pick up all of this other stuff. It's kind of neat. And we also know we'll be able to drive this thing in first person. Of course we would be able to drive it in first person, but you'll be able to in third person. All of the persons. Yeah. Now that brings us to the back. We've got the Scottish flag on there, so that is very, very cool. We've got a nice castle. Scotland's got a lot of castles, let me tell you what. And then as we back away slowly, you can also see all of the birds that are congregated around this area right here. It's hard to tell, but those are a bunch of birds there. There will be lots and lots of birds on this one. Even more birds up here on the right-hand side. Get out of here, birds! All the birds! Get them out. Maybe something else to notice, the water all the way around as well. You've got really nice ripples in the water. You've got really nice bits here in the back where you can see the engine is on. It is very obvious which direction this boat is going as well. I think that's super duper cool. The only thing I want to know is where's the other boats? We've seen one. Give us the rest now. Here is that same boat, and it is now out at a fishery outside. We've got some fish in here. We've also got fish food in there. And we've got our guy right here. You can kind of see that green rope I was talking about. Way up close, there it is. You can see that. And here's our crane moving everything around. That is going to be dropping in these areas up here, and that's going to be where your fish go in and where the food goes in. I don't know of any other way to get this stuff in there. I'm curious to see if we even have to use a boat or not. Maybe you could just use the fisheries as their own thing, or do you need to own all of this area out here? I'm not actually too sure about the need to own all of it or not. Regardless, it is very cool. And the boat we've already seen, the fisheries we've already seen in previous videos. These will be available, I think, at 2, 4, and 6, maybe 8 as well, but definitely 2, 4, and 6 pods. This one right here looks to be a 2-pod. So we've just got a single pod over here on the left and another pod on the right. We can also kind of see the new map off into the distance a little bit, but this is really out into the water. Whew, we're backed way too far. Now, who doesn't like to go four-wheeling, and who really can't say no to a four-wheeler with quad tracks on there, baby? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So this gives us a much better look at one of the new, the new ATV. This is the Can-Am Outlander Pro. We saw this for the first time a few days ago, and I wasn't quite sure which model this was going to be, but it is the Outlander Pro. It's also got number plates on it, which I still find super awkward because we don't have those here, but it is what it is. It also looks like we have a winch likely on the front. This does have a bit of a tow strap look to it, so I'm kind of hoping that they introduce that finally and give the tow straps something to be used for. No offense, nobody's using these for logs. Can we just hook up to vehicles already? Thanks. Trying to see if we got anything new on our dude here, but I don't think there's anything new going on through there. It is nice to see this in the winter, though. I think this is the only picture or screenshot that we've gotten of the new map in the winter. We do have the, was it a viaduct? I don't know, the thing that the train goes on around towards the outside. Anyway, it's the thing that I was joking, saying we were going to Hogwarts. I'm ridiculous, and I'm so sorry. No, I'm not. This is very neat. It's nice to see that into the snow, and then, of course, all of the areas around. We do have a very interesting thing way up here. It almost looks like an abandoned building. I don't know if we're going to be able to build that back up or not, but that would be a very, very cool game mechanic to be able to do that. Hopefully, that is something that we're able to do. And then off to the left-hand side, we've just got some water. Yeah, frozen water. Ice. That's the name. Come on, DJ, get it together. I just wanted to look this just one more time. That looks so awesome. On to our fourth screenshot, almost halfway through already. This is our budding Lowlander wide body spreader for manure. And on the front, we've got that New Holland 8020. Loving seeing that. Very, very cool. I think there's going to be a couple different engine models. I've been saying 8020. This one looks to be maybe an 8050. Looks like that's a T8050. So that's kind of neat. Again, bunning, very nice to see them being added to the game. I think this is an extremely appropriate pack for them to be added. So that is great news. We'd also have the train up here on the left-hand side. You gotta have a train, man. We showed off the train a little bit previously, so check out my Gamescom trailer breakdown for that. Nice town off into the background there. And a little area here with some houses. Yeah, Yeah, and then another house right over here. I don't think any of these are going to be usable. I'm not quite sure. If they are, it is not obvious what they're used for. We do know that all of the fencing, all of the gates, all of the hedges, all of those can be pulled up. So that's kind of a neat thing. Otherwise, yeah, here you go. I'm guessing with manure going down right now, that this is like an onion field that is either growing or has already been harvested. Something like that. Maybe as an already harvested field. I'm not sure I would put manure on top of onions. I guess you could. There's nothing wrong with that. So now we get into the heart of Kinlag. This is downtown. Check this out. We have 3 vehicles here. We got a Mini Cooper way down here. Loving seeing that. I'm not quite sure what this is, but I'm gonna guess, is it an MG or something like that? I'm not sure. Then we've got, the service van, of course, as per usual. We've also got some interesting stuff up here. This almost looks like a restaurant sign. Seafood, looks like some sushi on there. Maybe a shrimp, prawn, that kind of thing right there. Is definitely sushi there. Maybe some more shrimp around towards there. Avocado, spring onions, stuff like that. What if we're able to deliver there? That would be kind of neat. I'd be all for that. That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. As far as everything else goes, there's really not a lot going on here farming-wise. So it's nice to have an area downtown, and I appreciate that it looks like areas of Scotland and a couple little areas of Edinburgh that I've been to. Very appreciative of that. Sadly, only 3 screenshots to go. Oh man, I'm so happy to see this bad boy right here. We got BKT on there looking fresh. JCB 4220 icon. Yes, please. Thank you very much. And we have the monosim planter on the back. Actually, this is going to be our onion planter, and we can see that because we've got our 5 rows here. Actually, it looks like 4 from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last one's the only one that's obviously 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one looks like 4. That looks like 4. That looks like 5. What's going on? My head's hurting. Anyway, we do know that the monosim onion planter is going to have 3 groups of 5 at 1.5 meters each. And they are basically in beds of 5. I know if I keep saying 5 rows, but it is 3 rows of 5 per bed. That's how that's being done. It doesn't hold very much either, so just be ready for that. It holds a very, very small amount, but it's a vegetable planter, so that's pretty cool. And again, I mean, JCB, absolutely loving JCB. Yes, we already have this tractor as a mod from Ralston Mods of the game. So I wouldn't say get the DLC just to get the tractor. Get the DLC to get everything, including the map and all that good stuff. But it is something that we already have. Yes, I'm not going to hide that whatsoever. This also appears to be just down right below where the 4-wheeler was. I call it 4-wheeler here, and it's an ATV, I know, but I'm going to call it a 4-wheeler. Still pretty cool. Very pretty. Loving. Man, JCB on BKTs. It doesn't get much better. Here we get to see it from a different angle. Still very nice. I mean, it's exactly the same thing, just from a different way. We can actually see the full 5 rows in that bed right there, so that's kind of nice. Behind it's just going to give a cedar setup, so don't be looking for 5 sets of onions rolling down the road, nothing like that. It is going to be a straight up seeded set. Actually, you can see what it looks like over here because they've already come down once. These should be about 4.5 meters wide. I don't know, that 3 times 1.5, that's 4.5, at least where I come from. So there's that. And then we kind of see around a little bit more. We've got into the woods, over the train area right through there. Nice rocks in the distance. I don't know. I'm just obsessed with JCB, so I like looking at this. I'm going to look at this a little while longer, and then we'll jump back in for the last one. All right, so now 4 hours have passed, and I've finally gotten over my obsession with JCB, so we can move on to the last one. We've got our steam engine right here, looking all good. Choo-choo! Yeah! In the back, we get a better idea of the train cars that we're going to be working with as well. So the first one, we've got this white grain car. I believe we're going to be able to just put regular grain in there. 2 bulk tippers, which is just dump in, logging bed, and then lastly on the back, we've got a flatbed for bales and pallets. Loving it, loving it, loving it. This bridge looks really good. Super worn and weathered. I mean, it's got like moss growing on it and everything. That's pretty cool, man. That looks awesome. In the back, I'm not quite sure what's going on over here. It's almost like some production area. It's a little bit more open than I would like to see, just nothing being there, but maybe these were early screenshots. There's definitely nothing here in any of these screenshots in the recent video that we've got nothing that said like early access, beta footage, early footage, nothing like that. So that must mean that all of this, at least what we're seeing here, is final. There's one other thing, and I have no idea what this is. To me, this is just a collection of pixels. You can actually see the individual pixels here zoomed all the way in. I don't know what's going on over there, but nonetheless, there you go. Those are all of our screenshots for the Highlands fishing expansion. And that's all the new screenshots that we've gotten together. These kind of just popped up out of nowhere, and I wanted to get this out to you guys as quickly as I possibly could have, just so you can kind of see what's happening. I know some people are excited about one of the DLCs and not the other, or vice versa, or neither, or both. All of those are okay. There ain't nothing wrong with none of it. Just hope this helped you out, especially if you made it all the way to the end. Drop a like, get subscribed if you're new, and join the DjGoHam fam. Double check those notifications. That way you never miss videos like this one. If you guys want to pick up either of these packs, you can pre-order them now. If you don't want to pre-order, that's cool too. You can wait, see what I think about them whenever they're released. I mean, one of these comes out in what, a week and a half, 2 weeks from now? We're not too far away. Hope you have an awesome day. We'll see you in the next one.